the dark keeping you down. And this is going to get a little bit deep. It's also going to be covering part of my journey and conversations that I've had with other people where they've been at. I've just had a 2-hour interview where I've been going over part of my journey around the mental health and stuff, which has been fairly intense, been a lot of fun, but fairly intense as well. So if my energy seems a bit low, it's really because I've just given a lot there in regards to that podcast. They had a fantastic podcast with Lachlan from Open Up. So really want to get into the dark keeping you down. And as I mentioned, you know, it's all about helping empower each other. Transformational Tuesday, free mindset, helping each person move forward. So if there's anybody you know who needs this right now, please tag them, comment their name. Feel free to share it on your wall. You know, invite more people. Let's get them communicating. Let's get them involved and help more people move forward. So my name's Martin Ball from Martin Inspires, part of the Lifestyle by Laptop team, helping everybody move forward. So, hey Beck, hey Beth, hey Rosa. Rosa's my mother. So I better be on my best behavior. No swear words coming out of this mouth. So let's focus on where we are right now with the dark keeping you down. What I want you to really think about, is there anything in your life that's going on that's really keeping you suppressed, keeping you from moving forward? Now, a lot of this can be focused on around our relationships, our working in commitments and environment. The people we have around us play a huge role on what's going on. And what we tend to find is, especially within relationships, this tends to really hold us back. Now, I've had countless conversations with people who are in a relationship where they feel that they're not getting the level of support from the person that they're there with. And they're feeling like they want more out of their life. They want more from their partner. And the only way that that's going to be able to take place is with communication. So the communication needs to be really on point and, in all fairness, authentic and honest along that journey, so that the other person is clear. Because every single relationship, whether it's an intimate one or just a friendship, family members, whatever it may be, requires a level of communication, in all fairness, all levels of communication to help the relationship work. And in every scenario, even in workplaces, it's a lack of communication that results in the collapse of the relationship, the collapse of the company, whatever it may be. So the power that we've got here is when we're in that place of the dark keeping us down, it's not being in a position where we're choosing to actually share the messages that we need to share to help people move forward. Now, what's really important around this is, you know, I always talk around choices. The choice to actually communicate, the choice from when you're here and you wish to be here in a better environment, is down to our level of communication. And not only with those externally, also with internally, with ourselves. How are we communicating with ourselves? Are we speaking negatively to pull us down, to keep us where we are and not help us move forward? Or are we speaking from a place of empowerment, speaking from a place of light, abundance mentality to help us truly move on? So there's a lot around here that already, when we're looking at our relationships, when we're looking at the communication that we're having within those relationships and with self, that are going to keep us in that dark place. So if this is resonating with you, common communication or common relationships, whatever it is that you know in the past you could have done better, and more importantly, right now you could do better. Because if, in all fairness, the past is gone. Many people choose to live there, choose to continue to allow their past to control them on a daily basis. And in all fairness, it's got nothing to do with anybody else in your past or any of the experiences. It's to do with how you're choosing to accept them. And the moment you detach from them and allow yourself to accept everything that has happened, has truly happened for you, are you able to be grateful and start to see the light around you? So thank you to Beth and Rosa who have commented there on communication and capital letters for Beth, relationships. Obviously, that's one that she wants to talk more around, relationships. Thank you, Beck. Really good to know that you're on board and you're hearing everything fine. So what ends up happening is when we're in these relationships, the easiest way to think about it, and a mentor of mine explained it in a fantastic way. When you walk into a room and it's nighttime, and there's no lights on or anything like that, the room's dark. It's a low energy, okay? And to bring light to the room, to bring a higher energy, you turn on the light switch, which brings the light on. Therefore, you can see. So if you want to see clearly in your life along your journey, It's a case of choosing to switch the light on, choosing a higher energy to help you move forward on your journey. Now, you can only help others turn their light on to choose a higher level of energy by you being the person who starts the journey, who actually chooses to be that. You can't just wait for them. They may never turn the light on. They may never choose to come from a higher place. So don't wait for them because you're wasting your life. Choose to be the person that creates the change. I think it was Gandhi who said, be the change. So therefore, you look at it and go, do you know what? I'm going to make the conscious effort, the conscious decisions for my life to become better. And I'm going to do it from a place of abundance mentality. I'm going to do it from a place of, I'm going to be the instigator here. You don't need to know everything about how you're going to do it. You just take action. You know, there's many things along my journey where I've actually created businesses. I had no business experience. I know people that have gone to college and university and done business courses and don't do business. They work a job, and that's perfectly fine. That's entirely up to them. I didn't do this, go through any of those courses. I just took massive action on what I believed I wanted for myself. And when I did that, it empowered other people that were around me to take action. And those who wanted to come with me came with me. Those who didn't stayed where they were, and that's perfectly fine. But along the journey, that made room for other people to come in that were adding more value, which then brought more light into my life, more value into my life, so that I could make better decisions that were going to help empower me, better decisions that were going to help me move forward each day. Because when you're surrounded by people who are empowering you, that's what's going to help you continue on your journey. That's what's going to help you climb that mountain to success that you wish to achieve. So bringing that higher level of awareness, that higher level of energy, flicking on that light switch is going to allow you to be open to new friends, to new possibilities, to new opportunities. And when you're coming from that place, that's really where the growth takes place. Because remember, at this point, everything that's coming towards you, in many cases, you've not experienced before. And people freak out here. People get scared and people choose to stop. But if you think of it like this, everything in your past you once didn't know, you had never experienced it before, you didn't know the answer to it, you didn't know how to overcome that hurdle. And now when you're experiencing that same experience, you know the answers. You know the answers to those questions. You know the answers of how to get over any hurdles. So to treat life from a place of, I can do this. I know the direction I'm going. I've got the light on. I'm just trusting in my direction because it aligns with me internally, authentically, and I'm dealing with everything from a place of integrity. You will strive forward with a level of joy, with a level of passion, with a level of belief. And that's what people want to see. People align with that. People don't align with people who are not empowering them, who are not inspiring them to move forward. People just go about their day, but they look up to people. And we're all on the same level. There's nobody better than anybody else. All it is our energy, our vibrations higher. And people look up to that and want to be in that energy. So that person there is helping others. You think of someone, for instance, like Tony Robbins. He empowers people every single day, whether it be at a live event, on YouTube, whatever it may be. He's empowering to people. He brings a massive level of energy that people want to connect into. You know, for my computer to work tonight, to be able to deliver this message, it had to be plugged into its energy source. The energy that came through this has allowed me now to stream this across to thousands, if not millions of people. How powerful is that? All it was an increase of energy. And this is exactly what we can do. And one of the key ways to go and do this is to take time out and connect with nature. Because unfortunately, even the computer right now is emitting positive ions into my body, which is actually taking me down. It's zapping my energy. And the way that we fill our cup back up, the way that we fill our energy source back up is connecting with nature, is doing those things that we enjoy, being around those people who empower us and inspire us. So powerful when you look at who is your circle, who is it that's around you on a daily basis, even your Facebook friends. What are you allowing in? You know, if you don't want to hear about somebody who just made beans on toast for their dinner, unfollow. If that's the kind of stuff that they're posting, unfollow them. If that's not empowering you to get to where you want to go to. I know that I unfollowed literally every single person on my Facebook when I was in the mental institute. And then I followed the people, I allowed back the people who were empowering me, who were posting positive messages. I know that I went and found positive groups. I got myself mentors and started following them. And I was listening. So every time I went onto Facebook, my newsfeed was all positive mindset development to help me move forward. I didn't have the surface BS to hold me down, because that's what I needed to do to help me get to where I wanted to get to. And if this is where you're at right now, I encourage you to have a look at who are the people that are around you that are holding you back? Who are the people that aren't helping empower you to get to where you want to go to? And it's not a case of saying, you don't serve me anymore, goodbye. Literally limit your time around those people. Limit your time looking at stuff that isn't of value to you to help you get to where you want to get to. And I can say to you from my personal experience that my life completely changed. I had a different outlook once I did that. I don't own a TV. That might sound crazy to some of you. I don't tend to listen to the radio. When they're talking, I definitely don't listen to the radio. If I want to listen to some music and I want to have a little bit of a dance and a sing song, fantastic. The radio is great. But I don't have a TV. I don't spend time listening to the radio because, in all fairness, it doesn't add any value to me. I can go to YouTube and listen to a mentor for an hour. I can jump in the car and listen to an audio. I can do these things that are helping me grow, because the stuff that's going in here, if it's better stuff going in, it's better stuff coming out. Simple. Think of it like that. If it's not good stuff that's going in through the eyes and in through the ears, what do you think's coming out of your mouth? It's stuff that's not helping empower you. It's stuff that's helping create that dark room around you. So let's see what's been said here in regards to, there's been quite a few comments here, communication, relationships. Thank you so much. So if this is resonating with you so far, comment on, I'm going to switch on the light. I'm going to switch on the light. Love that. Thank you, Dee. Love it to see you on Rach, Dee. Be the change you want to see in the world, Gandhi. There you go. Beth knows the whole quote. I'm not like Dave Cotton. I don't know all these quotes that I can just reel off. Everything your past you once didn't know, gold. Yeah, so true. Just learned that. Thank you, Mother. I believe in the universe. Dave Cotton, next recipe beans on toast. Dave, come on, mine are simple, not that simple. Couldn't agree more. Exactly. So really powerful when we get that. And I said before, friends, your circle of friends, what's coming into you, Instagram and stuff like that. You know, I did a post the other day about, in a world full of Kardashians, be a Diana, Princess Diana. Now, some people have taken that as I'm being judgmental, and even I've had somebody accuse me of slander. It's ridiculous, but that's their judgment. Now, at the end of the day, the whole focus was, if those people are chosen to read the text that I wrote in there, I actually talk about being authentic, not being caught up in this materialistic world where it's all about show and trying to be somebody that fits in with an Instagram model or a Facebook model or whatever it may be. It's about being authentically true to yourself. Now, I'm not saying that the Kardashians, for example, aren't being true to themselves. However, what I am saying is, what's important to you to help you get your message out? Because in all fairness, I believe that your soul didn't come here to buy a Gucci bag. It came here to make a positive difference. And the only way it can do that is when you start actually choosing a higher energy and flicking that light switch on. I know that when I went through the depression and especially the journey with suicide, I blew $80,000 like that, buying stuff that I didn't need. And the reason why I was buying it was because it gave me a level of excitement that something else was arriving. However, I didn't have a connection to it, very much like a child who's just been given a toy on Christmas Day and plays with it for a bit and then doesn't play with it again. Very much that scenario. I was just an older version of that. And I did it for gratification to self of, look, I've got this, great, fine. A lot of that stuff I don't even own anymore. I used it to try and bring happiness into me, to try and light up my world, but it was external. It didn't have any validation because there was no true inner connection to it. So choosing to come from that place of joy, authenticity, being vulnerable to what you want is going to allow you to actually raise your vibration. Because when you're clear on what you want and where you want to go, that's when you're able to actually raise your vibration and strive towards it. And the people that you will help along the way as a byproduct of what you're choosing to do is an absolute blessing. And when they're commenting towards you and saying, thank you so much for helping me, thank you for giving me the hope that I needed, it's what's going to continue to help fuel your cup, to fill it up so that you're constantly giving from the overflow. Because unfortunately, many people are looking for the answer externally, and it's just not there. It's truly not there. So choosing happiness, choosing joy, and also accepting pain, accepting the challenges you're going to face. Because don't expect if you're just going to choose happiness that it's just going to be one happy ride. How do you know what happiness is if you don't know what pain is or sadness? You need to understand what it's all about. And that's the only way we can strive forward, when we're crystal clear on what we want and allowing it in and accepting where we currently are. That's what allows us to move forward. So what have we got on here? Couldn't agree more. Thank you, Beck. I'm going to switch on the light. I'm going to switch on the light. I'm going to switch on the light, Beth says. I'm going to switch on the light. Love that post. I'm going to switch on the light. Me too, right? Yeah, it was a powerful post. And I'm not saying that from my side. It's just, it's something that I was like, oh, this is really powerful. It can go out there. It's certainly going to hang a message over some people who are ready to receive it. And some people aren't, and that's perfectly fine. So learned this hard yesterday, accepting pain. Do you know, acceptance is so powerful, really does. And I in the podcast I had today talking with Lachlan around it, I was saying around acceptance was one of my biggest things. Was one of my biggest things to actually help me move forward. And when you're able to accept everything that's happened for you, then you're going to move forward, and that light is just going to naturally shine. It's so empowering when we're coming from that place, when we're able to see clearly. And bearing in mind that, in all fairness, and I'm going to say this a lot from my side, so it doesn't sound like I'm picking on anyone in particular, I had a great life in regards to, I lived in a wealthy suburb. I had a beautiful fiance. I had little Bessie, my dog. I had the motorbike, the U. I had everything going for me. I had 100K in my bank account. I had all that stuff. It was fantastic. And little did I know when I was living that life that I was existing. Now, if somebody at that time had said, "Oh, you're only existing," I'd go, "What? What are you on about?" It wouldn't have even come into my level of awareness. So it was only when I fell down the mountain, when I actually went through the journey of the depression, the suicide idealization, and even the hospitalization for my own safety, was I awakened, was I made aware of what was going on around me. And all of a sudden I realized that it wasn't important. The stuff that I had, the stuff that I was doing was of no importance. Yes, it was good, but it didn't have any substance to it. It didn't have any deep internal meaning that was important for me to move forward on my journey. So if you're in a place of pain, if you feel like everywhere you're going, the light switched off, especially listening to this right now, it's perfectly fine. Because as I mentioned earlier, it's only when the light switched off and you're in a dark room and then you go and switch the light on and you're able to see clearly, you're able to appreciate the dark room. I appreciate everything that I went through my journey, all my life before the depression stuff kicked in. I had a great life based on that. However, it was a life that fitted in and around society. And it wasn't really what I came here to do. On a soul connection level, I wasn't happy. And that's why I went through the journey I went through. So that awakening that truly took place was giving me the belief and the understanding to move forward, to actually accept everything that had happened for me so that I could experience a better life. And this is why I'm in a position where I am now, where I am able to just talk about this and get other insights in. I have people who ask me questions and just want to know what my thoughts are on certain things because of the way that I communicate. Now, it's not that I was born with these talents or anything like that. I've had to acquire them. I've had to work on, I've had to listen to, spend hours and hours, thousands of hours listening to mentors like Jim Rohn, Zig Ziglar, Tony Robbins, Les Brown, Oprah Winfrey, Wayne Dyer, Abraham Hicks, all these people who chose to align with their true mission and share a message that I was ready to hear, that I chose to listen to. I could easily say I haven't got time. I could easily say, oh, I haven't got time to listen to that, and I haven't got time to go there, or I haven't got time to go to that event. That's an excuse. But if I want my life to get better, which I do every single day, I want to be better than I was tomorrow than I am today. then I've got to be conscious of what's going in here. Is my light a dimming switch? Is it only just starting to turn a little bit and there's only a little bit of light? That might be where you are right now. You're making decisions in your life that are helping you move forward that are completely different to anything you've ever done. So yours might be a dimming switch, and that's perfectly fine. It's not a race. There's no cigar at the end for your light being the brightest. What it's about is starting to turn that light on. And when you do, everything becomes clearer, as I've said. And it's only going to happen when you're prepared to let go of the people who are holding you down. Be conscious of the environment. If you're working a job that's not empowering you, that's not giving you the level of value that you need, then it's time to actually start addressing that. And don't come to me with the excuse, but I can't get another job. I haven't got it. You can do whatever you wish to do. You can even study. I know that when I was working self-employed as a carpenter and builder, and I got to a point where I got an injury in my hand, I couldn't even hold a plastic cup that was empty. I couldn't even hold it because of the pain in my hand. I started to study to become a personal trainer. So I made a decision there and then, well, do you know what? If I can't do this and I've got nothing else to do at home, I could have easily sat there and watched Netflix every day. But no, it wasn't important to me. What was important was that I went and continued to strive forward on what I wanted to do. So get rid of the excuses. Ask yourself, where are you making excuses? Where are you saying you haven't got the time to do things? Where are you saying that you haven't got the skills to do things? Get out and take action, because the person who takes action is already further ahead than the person who sat there doing nothing, or even the person that may be going to college to try and get the certificate, which I've already talked about around this. Companies want experience. And the only way you're going to get your true life experience to know what you want is by taking action and being clear. Fail fast and fail forward. That's the way that Dave and I do it every day within Lifestyle Balance. We just take massive amounts of action. And you know what? We learn from every single experience, every single situation, every single conversation we have, relationship we have. Some relationships and conversations have been very, very challenging for us. And we've grown and we've learned how to communicate better with people. And don't get me wrong, I'm a human being. I'm having this human experience. I make mistakes. I may say some things that, in all fairness, when I look back on, I go, probably shouldn't have said that. Oh, I am sorry. And I acknowledge it and I accept it to myself and I look at how I could have worded things better. And especially the more I grow, when I look back on things that I've done, whether it be yesterday or whether it be 3 years ago, 10 years ago, I'm able to look and realize how much I've grown, how much I've learned from that, because everything that's happening is truly happening for you to learn and grow and move forward. So please remember that to turn your room from being a dark environment, flick on that light switch. It's your choice. Don't wait for anybody else to do so. It's your choice if you are ready to step in and start seeing what's going on around you. And when you see everything that's going on around you, everything becomes so much more easy. So much more easy. It isn't a hardship each day anymore. So thank you for everybody who's been commenting and sharing more around this. It's freeing. Yeah, it is, Beck. I'm going to switch on the light. About time, Dave Codham. I've switched on the light. Fantastic. This one got to me tonight. Perfect timing. Thank you, Beck. I need to hear this right now. Thank you, Beck. Thank you. Hey, Tammy. No more excuses. The mind is the most powerful tool for change. Absolutely, Beck. Fail fast and fail forward. Love it. Fail forward. Yeah, thumbs up from Mr. Codham. Flick on the light switch. It's your choice. Thank you, Beth. Every failure is a lesson. Absolutely. So, as always, we like to go over for 30 minutes and just give you our input. This is all it is. It's just our own experience, our own beliefs that are creating this conversation right now. And the most empowering thing we can do is truly share this for somebody else. Allow somebody else to experience the blessing of this message for them, because many people choose to just keep this for themselves and really don't embrace the power that we've got here to actually share the message. There's a reason why I've gone on live tonight to share this. And in all fairness, I could have easily said, now, technology wasn't quite working beforehand. I was feeling tired after the 2-hour interview. But I knew there was something I had to share, and it's just all come out, as far as I'm concerned, from my end at the moment, perfectly. So, as always, nothing's rehearsed. It comes through what the challenges are. If you're having any challenge, reach out to us. and let us know what it is, because every Tuesday we take a challenge that somebody's going through and we share our belief system on it. We share our own thoughts. We share our own experience to help people move forward. So sharing this is going to help more people become aware, empower more people. And it's really a blessing that we have. It's truly a gift to be able to help people on this journey. So remember, like the post, as you all have been doing, comment. If you're watching this as a replay, comment replay once it's finished. And yeah, look forward to speaking to you next Tuesday. Peace, love, and happiness.